Welcome to Let's Play Rule the Waves 2 as France, starting in 1920. It's 1948 and we are in episode 75. We are 10 months into a war with Italy and hopefully the distractions of the summer are behind me. Birthdays, leaving a job, starting a new job, holidays, heat waves and software updates mucking about my computer installation. Hopefully, we'll have a nice clean run-in and a lovely regular schedule of exciting episodes. Thank you for your patience and thank you for a lot of really interesting comments. In particular, many of you have noticed me struggling to control the fleet over a wide area in Rear Admiral mode and have appropriately suggested that I get over my dislike of Captain's mode and its implicit micromanagement and move into it as an appropriate thing. And I just want to highlight Matthew's comments here. Matthew also suggested going to Captain's mode, but he gave me a reason. And that's the nicest thing. He said, well, voice radio was researched around about 1928. And more than that, he suggested, well, you could run your campaign. You could start in Admiral's mode in 1900, where, it's basically like herding cats trying to get the fleet to do anything at all. After all, 1900 is only, 6 years after the disaster of HMS Victoria in Camperdown, when Admiral Tryon was killed, along with a lot of his crew, through a mistake in signalling and rigid hierarchical patterns of command. So herding cats might be quite appropriate for 1900. Going to Rear Admiral mode, either in 1904-ish with improved signaling, or 1915 with advanced signaling, and then Captain's mode with voice radio. I really like that. I think that, first of all, gives the fleet orders research stream a particular importance in the game, which probably I think it deserves, and it just feels historical and right, and I find that very satisfying. He also suggested that having destroyers on independent mode might make them behave better, because in support mode, or currently I think actually more often they're on screening mode, they tend to just flutter away from the enemy and go chasing after me in random angles. Not, of course, that destroyers aren't prone to randomness at the best of times. However, I think that's a great suggestion. I've changed over to Captain's mode. I won't micromanage everything because I haven't got time, it gets too long, and I just feel that that's wrong, but I will stop bonkers deployments by units and have a higher level of control that feels right for 1947. Okay, here we are in January. It's all gone pretty well. Some of my major fleet units arguably can be put to rest. Let me just resort this and check. I've got some, as you can see, in reserve already, because the balance of power with the Italians, who now have no battleships, no battle cruisers, no carriers, 1 light carrier still, 10 heavy cruisers, 6 destroyers. Their only significant force is the submarines, and I've been taking some chunks out of those. Other people kindly have mentioned in the comments that I need to watch my trade protection. I only have 28 out of 23, so I'm just going to check on all of that. Okay, I've put another 4 destroyers onto trade protection and moved them to Northern Europe, which is my home area. I'm also thinking, because I'm a bit short of corvettes, or I've taken some corvette losses, I've designed a quick corvette class. I've made it suitable for colonial service, although colonies are soon a wasting asset. I've made the range long, forward ASW mortar, increased depth charges, K-guns, as much ASW as I can. It does have some anti-air weaponry. I'm really not sure whether that's a significant thing or not. I mean, I could arguably just take that off just to make it cheaper. A couple of 5-inch guns, fair enough, standard fare, and that seems fine. So I'm going to save that design. Oh, it's got coal. Who still has coal? Yeah, that all seems fine. Not the best type of fire control. Well, we're not bothered by that. So that will get that researched, and I'll build another 6 or something to make up for wartime losses. Other than that, I'm pretty happy. I would love for Sardinia to fall, and once it's fallen, then I'm more than happy to make peace with the Italians. So let's have a quick look at this. Convoy attack in support of the land combat. Well, we're certainly accepting that one. And the Italians have declined. Raid on coastal shipping. Now that's really dangerous up there. I'm going to decline that. Coastal raid also seems very dangerous. Decline that. Cruiser action. Yes, I'm going to accept that one. And see, okay, going to suppress the enemy airfields primarily. Let's go here and see what we've got. And we've got 2 cruisers, 2 old cruisers, as old as they can be, converted battle cruisers from yesteryear. We don't have any objectives or anything or air cover. It just seems a bit pointless. I'm going to obviously run things out. Okay, so we're 50 minutes from dusk as well, just to add excitement to the whole thing. So let's get them going. A radar contact. Okay, let's go to maximum speed and see what we can see. A couple of heavy cruisers. The old battle generator does really enjoy making equal forces. I mean, given that I have an enormous superiority, so let's just zoom in slightly. Whoops, not that much. So we've got a Pisa, 6 10-inch guns, so they're faster at 31 knots. 5-inch belt. We have a look at ourselves. We have a similar number of 10-inch guns. Need to just maneuver it a little bit to see if I can get my cross-deck firing. We're better protected, but slower. Okay. And we are at a range of 17,000. So let me just see if that has helped at all. Yes, we've got a bit of cross-deck going. Okay, let's see what happens with all of that. I'll lock the display because obviously we're not going too far. So 2 Pisas against us. Okay. And we've hit them. Let's just check on the hit chances. So 4.9, 3.6. That's not too bad. We've already taken a bit of damage. So it's just a good old-fashioned pre-dreadnought slugfest. They're hitting us. We're hitting each other. Let me just bring this out a little bit. We're certainly straddling, so we're now up to nearly 6% and 4.5%. I imagine the Doucet is taking some smoke interference. I'm not sure I can do very much about that. Let's just have a look at this. Secondary Baron routes, 2 at the same target, loose formation, under fire. So no, actually, I thought there would be. Well, the pleasers are certainly enjoying getting closer and closer. And 3 hits on us, 1 on them. They seem to be getting the better. We're half and half now. Say that, they're now medium damage and light damage. We are 27 and 10. Okay, they're definitely opening up the range, so we'll just turn slightly. We might lose the cross-deck fire. Obviously, the Gloire seems to have a turret temporarily out of action. Let's just see it's disabled. Okay. Actually, why is the forward turret facing forward? Let's just see. Nope, can't see why that would be the case. And just, well, we're definitely getting the better of them. Range is now grown to 15,000. They're still slightly pulling away, so I'll just correct the course slightly. See if I can get that heavy. We're hitting them with 6 inches and with 10 inches. Yeah, another brace, 4 hits. We've got our gunnery eye in, clearly. I didn't think this would have much of a resolution. It looks like the rear pizza has been hit in the rudder. I think we can spot a rudder hit when we see it. All right, here comes darkness. I'm going to turn together and try and close the range down a bit. See if I can't finish these off, or at least this one off. Let's take the turn together off. Obviously a bit of a tricky target. But it seems to be slowing. Or indeed, let me take the lock off, because it seems to be, let me bring it down to 20 knots. No, it's still going, but it's definitely slowed. I can't remember if the Pisas have torpedoes. Yeah, 2 submerged, so we don't want to go broadside to it and take a cheeky and unnecessary hit. But we can just parade off its stern and pummel it until it's not going anywhere anytime soon. I don't know why our heavy AA has run out, but there you go. Good use of ammo. Let's just come back on ourselves. And it's gone. And let's zoom out and head for home somewhere, like down here, and see if we can just simply run out the clock now. I might up the speed. I don't believe I've a little bit of flotation damage, but no current flooding. So let's bring the speed down to say 24. I want to leave quickly because I want to not spend nighttime in range of the Italian air bases. We have 8 hours. That should be fine. Boom. Zoom in on that. So a little bit of light damage for medium on theirs and sinking. I didn't really need it, but fair enough. Just have a quick look at the ship details. So this Amalfi, yeah, oof. So just pummeled everything. 88 medium hits. It's never going to go well. Surprised really that it didn't blow up or anything, but not much fun there. Good. Well, that's our first little battle. A major victory. There we go. Widespread demonstrations and serious disturbances in Italy. Oh dear, never mind, what a pity. We have the final one of our Epee class guided missile destroyer. Our first tech of the year. Our second tech of the year. Fighting continues. Sunk one of ours. Sunk one of theirs. So how are we doing? They've got 39 submarines and we've sunk 3 of them. Nice. They sunk 2 merchant ships. So that's no trouble. And our patrols have thwarted, which is good. So shouldn't be in trouble from that. And 190 victory points from the blockade. And noted that previously in Sardinia, it talked about the fortifications still holding out, whereas it didn't mention that. So hopefully I'm going to take that as a sign that the fortifications have been overcome and we are in the last parts of winning. That seems like a good place to stop. Let me know in the comments if the sound and everything is working properly again. Cross fingers. I've just noticed I'm still a bit low on my dock size. I might not need to build anything so big, but I have the money, so I'm going to build up the dock a little bit more. That's it for now. Thanks very much for watching. Hope to see you next time. Stay safe.